It is 2025 and on this channel I have posted how to make the classic bubble tea, the famous Taiwanese bubble tea. Bubble tea basics, very simple. All you need would be black tea, if this is a Taiwanese version. Then you need milk. Normally a classic bubble tea would taste good with a non-dairy creamer. And the reason for choosing non-dairy creamer is because they have a long shelf life, and to be honest, it tastes better. And then sweetener, you can use sugar, you can use syrup, any flavored syrup. And to make this bubble tea, of course, you need some boba. 2025, there should be some changes. We should try making a healthier version of your favorite bubble tea. And this time, I am going to ditch the creamer, my favorite. Take it away. Oops, we didn't catch it. And also, we are going to make this sugar-free, so no sugar. There you go. Okay, we are left with only tea, black tea. If you're going to make a batch of black tea, then I would suggest that you use 10 bags of Lipton tea or any brand. This is not a paid promotion. 1 liter French press here, and I'm going to use 10 bags of Lipton tea. Pour hot water into the French press, and we are going to steep it for at least 15 to 20 minutes. So 20 minutes is up. I am ready to prepare my drink. Now let's take a look at the milk. I'm going to show you how to make it 3 different ways. So one is dairy, using fresh milk. And then another one, which is getting more popular these days, not only for coffee, but also for other drinks, would be plant-based milk. And for this, I'm going to use almond milk, and another option is using oat milk. Now, which of these two is better? Between these two, what are the differences? Well, oat milk has more protein and almond milk has more calcium. But of course, fresh milk has got everything that you need, except it is more fattening. And for those that are lactose intolerant, then you have to use plant-based milk. If you have a bubble tea shop, I would suggest that you also offer this option to your customers, because some customers are more aware of the health benefits of using plant-based milk versus dairy. Let's start with the first one, using fresh milk. So this is milk tea, so there's more tea than milk. I need, for a 16-ounce glass here, I'm going to need about 150 ml of my tea. So more tea than milk. 150 ml of your brewed tea, strong brewed tea. For those at home, it is absolutely perfect. Just 60 ml of my milk, or 2 ounces. Okay, ingredients are ready. Now let's assemble into our cup. Because this is bubble tea and my only sweetener here would be the bubbles, and I'm using brown sugar cognac pearls here. I'm going to make it slim, so just 1 scoop of that delicious brown sugar cognac pearls. And then I'm going to add my ice. Because this is for home, you don't need to use the shaker and you don't need to use a lot of ice if you are not into ice. But when you are in a hot country like Thailand, you'd love to have more ice. The more ice, the better. And then I'm going to add my black tea into here. And then with this, you can actually make it layered or even like cascading. So now the milk. And that looks absolutely delicious. The color is perfect. But how does it taste like? Is fresh milk? No sweetener other than that brown sugar boba. Now I am going to change the format of this video clip for now, because I am so excited to give this a try. Does it really work? It doesn't look as creamy as when you use non-dairy creamer, because it's just fresh milk, but I would say the color is still tempting. Now for the taste. It tastes like bubble tea. Honestly, it's just less sweet. When I take my bubble tea, I normally take it with less sugar. And this is really 0 sugar, except for that brown sugar cognac pearls, which really help to make it a little bit sweeter. So if you are looking for a healthier option and you are fine with dairy, this is a good choice. I like it. Okay, dairy done. Let's go to the next one using oat milk. We are going to use the same cup size here, 16 ounces, with my oat milk and of course my boba. The same recipe, exactly the same, so we can compare apples to apples. So we are going to use 150 ml or 5 ounces of my strong brewed black tea, and then I'm going to use the same amount of milk here, except it's a different type of milk, 60 ml. And then we are ready to assemble the drink into our cup. So I'm going to start with a very minimal amount of my brown sugar cognac pearls, and then we're going to add ice into this glass. So ice into my glass here, and then to pour your brewed black tea into your glass. And finally, my oat milk. A very beautiful dark brown color, darker than your dairy fresh milk. Okay, now again, the texture of the drink does not look creamy, it looks runny, but the color is perfect. Now it's down to the taste. The taste of the oat somehow overpowers the taste of the tea, even though the oat milk is so much less than the amount of tea that we put in here. I mean, the color is perfect. The texture is not as creamy. That is understandable. The taste is so much of the oat milk rather than the tea. So if you'd like to get the tea to come out a bit more, maybe you have to reduce the amount of oat milk that you use. So from 60, bring it down to about 45. And so it's just like a flat white kind of milk tea. So very little milk and more tea. But to be honest, I think if you love oat milk, then this is just another option. It gives that refreshing taste because of the tea mixing with your oat milk. There are many brands of almond milk. I'm just using this one, which is locally available. You can use any brand. To be honest, there are better brands out there, so take your pick. I am going to use the same amount, 60 ml of almond milk. I am quite excited and interested to know how this will taste like. So I'm doing this first time, never before tried. Almond milk, so I'm going to get my cup, 16 ounces cup here. Once again, I am going to be putting just 1 scoop of my boba, but to be honest, if you're not watching me, I'm going to put a lot more than that. And then ice into your glass, really dark here. Lipton is perfect. I'm not promoting it, but it is quite perfect for milk tea. And then my almond milk. Wow, look at that. Okay, now down to my final one, almond milk. The color, they all look good, with the dairy milk looking a lot paler than the other two. Almond. I don't really drink a lot of almond milk, but I know it has a lot more calcium than oat. Again, it's a matter of preference. Wow, I like this one. It pairs perfectly with the tea. It's got that nutty taste, so it's almost like having a hazelnut instead of almond tea. But I would say it is perfect. If I had to rank the three of them, I'd go with, now, I might be biased, but I would go with, drum roll. Okay, almond, dairy, and then oat. But then I didn't mean to say that oat is not good, because oat pairs perfectly with coffee and also matcha. But for this, that's just how I feel like. So maybe I'll ask my assistant to help me as well. How about that? Almond, oat, and fresh milk. Okay, what's the verdict?
Now this is interesting because I prefer the oat milk to the almond milk. Just because it gives a bit more flavor.
The oat milk gives
Yeah,
flavor,
the oat,
but
yeah.
you couldn't taste the tea, right? It's
Not
more
really,
the oat.
but
Yeah.
like most bubble milk teas, you really don't taste that strong of a tea. In my opinion, of course.
Yeah, but not when you are taking my bubble tea.
Of course, yeah. The bubble
Right.
tea is very
Bubble tea should give you the taste of tea more than the milk, because from the name itself, it is tea with milk. Right. But what do you think of the dairy one?
their one's good. It's just like normal milk tea.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, it's just like your.
putting sugar.
Yeah, and also the only difference I would say with using fresh milk, as opposed to using the classic one, which uses a non-dairy creamer, is the texture. The texture is a lot lighter, clearer, so it doesn't look as creamy. But then if you are into bubble tea and you'd like to make it a little bit healthier, I would suggest that you give these a try. So as you can see, Jay and I have a different opinion between oat and almond. I like almond, he likes oat, so it's all a matter of preference. So thank you once again, Jay, for your help in not confirming what I found. But then again, it's just a matter of preference. So I'll see you again for more of these video clips. In the meantime, take care, stay safe. Thank you for watching.
Ciao for now.